our power play kind of bled into our 5-5, where we thought we had more time than we actually did, and kind of changed the game around. But grabbed in the third, and it's a game 1 preseason at home, or game 2, but a win's a win.
Does all the special team stuff make your preparation any harder? I mean, it's different. You're not allowed a 5-on-5 play. Does it make things different for you?
It was great practice, I'll tell you that. I mean, we certainly had our looks there on the power play, and it's always easier in a game opposed to practice, because you're not taking shots at your own guys. But it's tough. It was tough. It was a tough flow.
Your first game under the new lights and everything here, what kind of difference did it make up there for you?
It was great. I mean, when you're out there, to us, the lighting's a bit different. Literally, lights, But other than that, to us, it feels the same, and obviously the scoreboard's different too. But I mean, in here, it's unbelievable.
Is the surface a little different at all?
It's fresh ice, so it was better than we thought it would be. It being 90 degrees, and us being really the first game on it. So if that's the worst it's going to be, then it's going to look good.
With Bo's injury, at least in the short term, it opens up a spot for one of these young defensemen.
Yeah, I mean, all our injuries, unfortunate right now. I guess better now than middle of the playoffs, but good opportunity for these kids to show what they got, and there's some guys that are going to push for some spots. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, obviously they want to see more of me, so that's a good feeling, and definitely feel a little bit more comfortable playing in my own rink, so I think that might have helped a little bit.
So you were already kind of in the mindset of a day off today and just...
Yeah, I think so. I think we all got a text after the game saying that it was a day off, and then coaches came up and said that me and Blay were going to be back in. So, yeah, I was more than thrilled to be part of the game today.
Mike said he talked to you a little bit this morning. Any specific stuff that kind of set in?
He's just looking for consistency. I mean, with my style of game, I can't be trying to do too much, and I think today I took over the game a little bit more than last night, and I controlled the play a little bit more, so I think just being consistent there and letting the puck do most of the work.
So is your confidence kind of growing with each game?
Yeah, it's nice getting that first one out of the way. A little bit nervous, but I mean, tonight I felt more comfortable. I was moving the puck a little better, and Perry helped me out a lot being his partner out there, so that was a good combo for me and him.
So was it last night you found out you playing, or was it this morning?
That was last night after the game.
Legs fine? Legs fresh,
yeah.
huh?
No,
You're
I
a
like.
young guy.
Yeah, I like the back-to-back games. I like when I keep going. So yeah, it's not a worry.
So for you to take over a game, or to be more involved in taking over a game like you talked about tonight, is that being more aggressive? How do you, besides feeling comfortable, what did you actually do tonight that was different?
I think it's being a little bit more patient and aggressive. I think I need to be more aggressive when I don't have the puck, and when I do, I need to just kind of relax and let the puck do the work. And I think when I get running around, it gets a little chaotic for me. So just trying to be poised, and when I'm on the other side of the puck, just trying to be more aggressive.
So there's 3 in a row this weekend. If you got to go 3 in a row, you're okay with that too?
Yeah, that's no worries.
Well, yeah, but you know what? I mean, it can be frustrating, but at the same time, if they're letting us know what the standard is going to be, and so it's up to us to make sure that we react and start building the habits. And they're going to call it, then obviously special teams is going to be a huge focus and a huge key to every hockey game. It was tonight. Obviously, we win the game on a power play, and we had to kill a 4-on-3, full 2-minute 4-on-3 in overtime. So it's going to be a huge focus for us. But again, we just have to make sure we build the right habits right now. That's the way it's going to be called. So let's make sure we adjust.
How open is the feedback?
I haven't gotten any calls yet. Anyone asking my opinion? So I think that my guess, my hunch is that it might not be quite to this level. I think that they're really trying to set a very hard standard so that we adjust, and I think that there will probably be a little bit of an adjustment. But I certainly, I think it'd be foolish on our part not to anticipate and expect that they're gonna call things very tight. So again, that's the discipline that we have to start building right now.
Do you think it's something where they're trying to prove a point now, but once the season gets going,
I think we've seen that in the past, that quite often they want to set a very strong standard in preseason, and then sometimes things, when the game's on the line, all of a sudden those are a little tougher calls to make when seasons are on the line. But that said, I do believe that's something that, I mean, there's a reason why they're doing it. Players got hurt last year. You look at what happened to Steiner this year. I understand why we're doing it. So I'm not going to sit up here and Again, those are the rules, so it's up to us to adjust to it.
I'm not the first person to bring this up, but is it difficult because you as a coach want to see some things in the preseason and it just seems like the game's not even a game?
Yeah, you know what? But we still did see some things, and that said, the special teams you're learning some things about that as well too. So, you know, it's a little bit more challenging to fit some guys in to get them into a rhythm. But again, that's what we're dealing with. So I'm not going to complain.
I know you said this morning that you'd seen some AHL stuff. You said still with Dunn and Blaze, especially they both were in the night. What did you see from them tonight, or maybe improvements on those?
Well, Blazer, a big improvement. I thought with the puck, outstanding, and there was only a couple moments tonight where he kind of reverted back to some of the things that we were talking about. I could see a greater focus in his play without the puck, and that's what we're looking for. Dunner, I thought, was an improvement as well. A little bit more control to his game. But you know, with Dunner, I think still there's some. He's got to get a little bit more. I don't know if it's respect for the level that we're in, where you have to manage the game a little bit better, and that's young defenseman, and that's the conversation we'll have tomorrow. Not down on him, and certainly he doesn't not take himself out of the mix here. Just looking for improvement, and that's I saw a little bit from last game, and would like to see another step the next game.
Then on that kind of stuff, you say?
No, I want him to be part of the offense. I want him to. It's just good defensemen have the ability to control the game and play under control, and you just have to make sure that you're learning those things. So, you know, again, you have to. The good teams play as teams, and so I think that's. Again, for me, it was an improvement from last night. I didn't expect him to come out and then all of a sudden be a completely different player. I want to continue to see improvement through training camp here, and no question he's earned himself at least another game. And when he gets in that other game, I'd like to see another step.
Mike, it's one game, but obviously you feel like you got something going there with Schwartz and Shen together.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be the combination. I mean, obviously, Schwartzy, it's hard. It's hard. You know, you wish you could clone him and put him with every line because he makes players around him better. You know, I think he got one shift with Vladdy tonight and was able to help set up a game winner. And those guys obviously have great chemistry. So it gives us options, though. You know, it's hard not to have chemistry with a guy like Schwartz. His work ethic and then his hockey sense and his skill combined. Again, he's a guy that makes players better.
Is it the work ethic that makes him good with anybody, or is it just?
I think it's a combination of all of them. You know, you could put a hard worker out there with skilled players and they would work hard, but it wouldn't be enough. You know, you have to have the skill. You need to have the hockey sense, the ability to find yourself in certain positions, to make plays at different times. And he has all those intangibles for sure.
You also made some nice saves. Have you liked him?
Yeah, you know what? I think he played really well. I liked. You know, he seems like he's a gamer to me. He covers a lot of net. He's got a good presence in the crease. He's talking. He's engaged the players in the ice, and for me that's a good sign. And you know, obviously the game is on the line, and not an easy situation to come in, sitting on the bench for 2 periods, and I thought he did a heck of a job.
Vladdy, his first game of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he can do that. We've seen that. So, but you know, I think that's good. That obviously he can do that. Our team, players, veteran players, young players, we have to get better. You know, tonight there was a lot of things in our game that were good, but still, there's a lot of things that scream preseason hockey that we have to continue to remove. And it's not just, you can't just snap your fingers and ask them to do it. It's just us. We just have to keep harping on it as a coaching staff and keep working the right things and showing the right things, and we'll get it out.
Are they summer hockey things?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah.
Did anybody break any bones? Has anybody hurt?
No, not that I've heard of yet, but no, I think we're okay there tonight.
Oh, last night, and it turned out to be.
Yeah, good point. Well, I hadn't got the bad news yet, so.
With all the power plays, does it almost negate the need to practice because you get so much ice time working on it?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know that we'll work it tomorrow. We still, as far as the checklist that we had and some of the things that we need to cover in our 5-on-5 play, we haven't got to a couple of those. So we have a practice planned already for tomorrow, but we'll meet with the coaches and decide if we have to work something else in. Again, that's going to be a huge key. I really believe the special teams. So making sure that we're organized and on the same page for that for the start of the season is going to be a huge priority for us.
We asked you after the scrimmage that there were no power plays at the scrimmage, and you kind of joked, I'm sure we'll get work on it
Yeah.
in the preseason. Were you kind of anticipating that this might be what would
Yeah,
happen?
we had a pretty good feeling. Yeah, I knew that we were going to get our fair share, and so but again, it's tough. You want to see some 5-on-5 stuff. It disrupts the flow a little bit, but that is what it is, and that's going to be a huge key for us. So let's obviously when the game was on the line tonight, we got the kill that we needed, and we scored the power play goal that we needed. So that's a good step, and I think that saw a little bit of progress from both special teams tonight compared to last night. So we'll have to make sure we stay on that. Good video clips for us to look at, good and bad, and take that to get better.
Schwartz seemed like he had 3 or 4 really good chances. Is that kind of a typical game for you?
Yeah, it is. He's relentless. He finds a way. His work ethic. It sets him apart. It's the second, third, fourth efforts that he puts in. And that attitude, puts him in positions where his skill can take over.
We focus a lot on Blaze and Dunn. Who else should we be talking about in terms of the young guys that are standing out to you so far?
Well, I don't think it's just the young guys. I mean, I know we love talking about young guys, but you've got guys like Butler, guys like Prosser on the back end. We haven't been able to get Lindbohm in yet, but we're anxious to get him in. And then up front, Megan has done a nice job, obviously scoring a big goal for us last night. Bennett is pushing and making sure that his presence is known out there too. So there's a lot of guys. The biggest thing the biggest disservice that I could do to any of these young players is to let them think that there's a spot just for them. They're fighting to prove that they can play in the league. They're fighting to prove that they're better than the rest of the guys that are trying out for our squad. So we'll make sure that competition's still there for them.
How does Prosper play?
Good. He's a gamer. You know what? He gave us a little bit of offense, obviously, with that stretch pass that he made. Nice heads up play to feed Megan for the breakaway. But probably the bigger play for me is the 2-on-1 that he breaks up. They've got their best player coming down the ice with the puck on a stick, Jamie Benn, on a 2-on-1. For him to break up that play the way that he did, those are the kinds of things that he brings to your team consistently.
There's junior camps going this week. AHL camps start this weekend. Do you have an idea when you're going to get a little smaller around here?
Yeah, you know what? We have a good sense of when we're going to do those things, but I can tell you that's not that doesn't come to the forefront of our decision making. If they miss a game or two, then it's a long season for them. So we're aware of it, but we'll make sure the priority has to be that we have the right numbers for the games and for the practices that we need. And if we have people that aren't going to factor into those two things, then we'll be ready to make some moves.
Do the injuries plus the busy stretch this weekend kind of lengthen that process at all?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say typically, at this point, if we didn't have 3 games in 3 days and if we didn't have a couple guys out, we probably would have made a couple other moves. Thanks, guys.